Peptides and polymer is also one of the very important topic. As you know, there are amino acid, okay, when it's form a peptide bond, then you can find that there are two different amino acid can form the peptide bond, okay, and that's why it is known as dipeptide. So if you don't have remembered this concept, please see to our video Chemistry of Biomolecule. It is given in our YouTube, okay, and then you can come back over here to get a better understanding. So peptides are formed by binding amino acids together through an amide linkage, okay. Peptide hydrolysis results in free amino acid. Oligopeptides consist of 10 or less amino acids. These are the 10 or less amino acids, okay, where polypeptides can consist of more than 100 amino acids to be called as protein, okay, 50 to 100 amino acids. Now physical properties of peptides, the dissociation, if you see this is an N terminal, this is a C terminal of peptide. The dissociation depends upon their isoelectric pH, okay. Now how to determine the isoelectric point? So Pi can be calculated simply by taking the average of 2 pK value, okay, divided by 2. Now if it is acidic amino acid, means it contains more than one carboxylic acid, then you have to take 2 acidic carboxylic acid group pK and by 2 to get the pK of acidic peptides, acidic amino acids. And if it is basic amino acid, that means 2 amine groups are present, so then you can have to add the pK value of 2 basic group to get the isoelectric point of the basic amino acid. So isoelectric point is responsible for dissociation of functional group of peptides, as if you maintain at isoelectric pH, both the functional groups form the Zuiter ions, okay. So that means it's both the functional groups are ionized in this particular case, okay. Now at isoelectric pH, the zeta potential of particular protein, particular peptides, or particular, you can say, amino acid is 0, okay. The zeta potential is 0, that is charge on the shear plane is 0. So normally you have 19 amino acids are primary amino acid except proline, which is the 20th one, the secondary amino acid, okay. Now you have different type of C to N distance, okay. I have mentioned in my Chemistry of Biomolecule videos Ramachandran plot, and the distance, normally CN distance of peptide bonds are 1.32 angstrom. Now coming to the chemical properties, these are the physical properties I have discussed. Now chemical properties, amino acid can be formed into ester and also can undergo amidation, where aspartic acid can be formed into aspargine. Then amino acid can be reduced by the lithium aluminum hydride to amino alcohol. Then decarboxylations can be performed like histidine to histamine, okay. Then with Sanger's reagent 2,4-dinitrophenylbenzene, you get dinitrophenyl amino acids, okay. Now the moment you have one amino acids, okay, now if I discuss one amino acid particularly over here, and you have one amine group and they are always in isoelectric point, they're 50% dissociate, so I'll just write the full form, okay. Normally in this particular case, if I add ninhydrine, you can get hydridentine. Then if you add HNO2, you get oxoacid. HNO2, that is oxoacid. That means NH2 replaced with the OH group, okay. The oxoacids, you get the chemical properties. Now you have Milon's test due to presence of tyrosine, Pauli test for histidine, then Rosenehm, ROSENHEIM, reaction for tryptophan, Sakaguchi test for arginine, lead sulfide for cysteine. Now whenever you try to synthesize peptides, you have to first synthesize the amino acids. Okay, so whenever you synthesize an amino acid, you have to understand the synthesis of alpha amino acids. Okay, now normally you have alpha amino acid, gamma, beta, delta amino acid. So you need to have a protecting group. You have to either protect NH2 group or the COH group. So for the NH2 group protection can be done by the Boc protected, Boc functional group like lysine. Then guanidine functional group can be prevented by PMC functional group like arginine. Okay, then you can protect hydroxy group of serine by tertiary butyl group. Okay, then SH group can be protected by triphenyl methyl group. Okay, so these are the way you can protect the NH2 group. You can find it out the different protecting group for carboxylic acid as well. Okay, normally we go for carboxylic acid group activation with the help of BCC, which helps to form the peptide bond. Okay, normally this concept is used for solid phase synthesis. Solid phase synthesis where the amino acids is joined with the linkers and the resins backbone, and then you put another amino acids, okay, to form the peptides, right? And then you can remove the Boc protected amino acid by the addition of trifluoroacetic acid. It liberates the free amine group, and again it can be proceed for the next peptidation process. So now synthesis of before going for synthesis of an alpha amino acid, I would like to discuss about some of the functional group tests. Protein sequencing by Edman degradation with phenyl isothiocyanate. It forms PTH hydantoin intermediate. Okay, then you have trypsin, which cleaved after lysine and arginine amino acid. Then chymotrypsin cleaved after aromatic amino acids, okay, like tyrosine. Then cyanogen bromide, okay, it can be used to cleave after methionine side chain. Now after that, when you go for the synthesis of an alpha amino acid, the normal conventional with Hell, Vollard, Zielinski, okay, you have a brominated alpha